Long gone are Safran Project's menu and toolbars, and from Safran Project 7.0 they are all replaced with the ribbon bar. In the simplest form, the ribbon bar is made up of tabs containing groups of tool buttons and commands. In the ribbon bar, everything is organized according to tasks and actions. We like to say it's result-oriented. For example, your Home tab contains the most frequently used tools like layouts, filters, and other basic tools. The Data tab is the starting point for setting up the different user fields, calendar, resource sets, and so on. The Project tab is all about running your project. You run baseline, status updates, risk analysis, and forecasts from this tab. So let's dissect one particular tab to take a look at the different components that make up a typical tab. A tab is divided into groups. Each group is named. For example, in the Project tab, you will see the Schedule group, the Risk group, the Baseline, and so on. Each group is then divided into buttons. When you hover your mouse over a button, a tooltip will appear that indicates what the button does. We also have different types of buttons. If you look at the Insert button, you can see that this button is a little different than other standard buttons. You can click on the button, opening a dialog box, or on the drop-down arrow, you can see more insert options. Then we have the typical scroll panel, and we also have the dialog box launcher button. When you click the dialog box launcher button, the box behind opens. One final point about the buttons themselves, they change according to how much space there is across the screen. When there's plenty of space, the buttons are large. When there isn't, they assume a smaller size. Some people don't like the ribbon bar because it takes up so much room. This is easy to overcome because you can expand and collapse it. To collapse the ribbon bar, just click on the small arrow in the upper right corner. The ribbon bar then disappears. When you then select the tab, the ribbon bar is displayed. But as soon as you select a button, the command is executed and the ribbon bar collapses again. To make the ribbon bar expand again, just double click on a tab and it appears. Above the ribbon in the upper left corner of the screen, we find the Quick Access toolbar. Here you see the default buttons for Save, Page Setup, Preview, and so on. But here's the basic idea behind the Quick Access toolbar. You can add to it buttons for features that you use frequently. This button just to the right of the Quick Access toolbar allows you to add commands you like, even remove commands you don't use. So it's designed to give you quick access to the commands you used most often. And finally, above the ribbon in the upper right corner, we also find the Help button, which will launch the help file.